I'm working on a site that is plant scale wastewater treatment, water treatment. And so we're controlling the pH in a effluent tank. And of course, pH is notoriously difficult to control because it's so nonlinear, right? Your pH curve kind of goes like this, and you would like to have a linear process, but pH isn't that way. But if you can measure pH on the incoming streams to the vessel, and you can measure the flow rate, then you can calculate, using your high school chemistry experience, all of the ions that you're dumping into that tank, right? So if the pH is 7, it's coming in neutral, and you got equal amount of H plus and OH minus, and they're all happily going in. If the pH is 0, then you know it's 1 normal acid, and times the flow rate gives you that many ions going in. And for the different pH levels, you know, 10 to the 14 minus X or 10 to the X, whatever, gives you the concentration of what's going in, multiplied by the flow rate, you know the rate of what's going in. You can take the difference between those two, calculate how much acid or caustic you have to put into that tank in order to make up your disturbance. And so you can sit there flat line at pH 7 with everything coming in. And so I did this for the customer, and they said, great, but you're using up too much chemical, keeping it at pH 7. We can discharge anything from about pH 5 to 9 to the city, and I'll be happy with it. So you're using up too much chemical. Well, that's a totally different problem than what you told me in the requirements. You told me the problem was control the pH. The actual problem is to optimize the use of the chemicals so that it's acceptable to dump to the city waste stream. So we went out to lunch to Moose Winooski's and got out a piece of brown craft paper on the table and the crayons, and so everybody else is sitting there eating lunch, and I'm there with my back bacon sandwich and my French fries with a piece of brown paper and some crayons, coming up with a deadband control strategy for the pH, which we did. And I signed it and dated it in crayon and put it in the project file and implemented the strategy after lunch. Customers all happy.